Have you ever stood before a great opportunity, a big dream, a bold goal, but chose to walk away? Not because you didn't want it, but because you were afraid. Afraid you might fail. Afraid of being judged. Afraid you're not good enough. So you let it go. You turn your back on something your heart truly wanted. If this feels familiar, then take a moment. Today, we'll talk about the fear of failure, how to understand it, where it comes from, and most importantly, how to overcome it. Failure, for many people, feels like a stain, something to be avoided at all costs. But in truth, it's just a word, an experience, a necessary part of life. We grow up in a world that celebrates success, high scores, big titles, fancy achievements. But no one tells us that behind every success, there are countless failures. Here's something powerful. Successful people are not those who've never failed. They're the ones who failed more times than others but kept going. Failure does not define who you are. Your attitude toward failure does. If you treat failure as the end, you'll stop. But if you treat it as a lesson, you'll grow. The fear of failure doesn't just appear. It grows from somewhere. Maybe from a harsh comment when you were young, "You'll never make it." A rejection that crushed your confidence. Pressure from your family, expecting you to always succeed, or your own habit of comparing yourself to others. Over time, these things plant a belief inside you. If I fail, I'll be judged. I'll disappoint. I'll be worthless. And to avoid that pain, you choose not to try, because no attempt equals no failure, right? But in reality, that's the biggest failure of all, failing to live up to your true potential. Instead of fighting failure, learn to walk with it. 1. Ask, what did I learn? After every stumble, don't just feel sad. Ask, what did this teach me? 2. Ask, what did I do well? Even if things didn't work out, you still made some good choices. Recognize them. 3. Ask, what can I do better next time? This is how you turn every failure into fuel for growth. Nobody learns to walk without falling. What matters is whether you get back up. 1. Write down your fears. Grab a notebook, be honest. Write what you're truly afraid of. I'm afraid people will think I'm a joke. I'm afraid to lose time and money. I'm afraid of doing it wrong. Putting fear into words makes it real, and less scary than when it's trapped in your head. 2. Ask, so what if I fail? Face it directly. If I fail, what happens? What do I lose? Is it really that bad? You'll realize most fears are exaggerated stories you tell yourself. 3. Start small. Big goals feel overwhelming. Break them down. One simple step per day. One task per week. One small action, now. Each action chips away at fear. Progress builds confidence. 4. Surround yourself with the right people. Your environment matters. If you're around judgmental people, you'll doubt yourself. But if you're around encouraging people, you'll believe again. Choose your circle wisely. Let them remind you of your strength. Dear friend, failure isn't nearly as scary as waiting forever to feel ready. Because truth is, you'll never feel 100% ready if you don't start. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting despite the fear. You are stronger than you think. Trust yourself. Give yourself permission to try, to fall, and to grow. One day you'll look back and smile, I'm so glad I didn't let fear stop me.